It's great to see all of you beautiful faces here, and thank you so much for coming and presenting to us today. Coming to you from the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq here in Nova Scotia, Truro, Nova Scotia. And I think it's wonderful that our First Nation, Indigenous, Innu people are forging ahead and making something of their own with regards to businesses of all sorts. Now, my colleague had talked about sports, and I come from the world of the arts and culture. 30 years as a professional actor, singer, writer, director, producer, theater, you name it. Many of my Mi'kmaq and other friends, Indigenous friends, are in the acting profession. And so I'm just wondering how much of the money to these different businesses is actually going towards the creative economy, which, for every $7 that's spent by government is a return of $11. So I would love to know from Mr. Daniels, perhaps first of all, what are you doing regarding the creative economy? Thank you.
So what we do with our thank you for the question, by the way. So what we do with our process, when a First Nation borrows with us, they are actually determining what purposes they would like to use the loan. It has to meet a certain eligibility of programs. Could be social development, economic development. So a lot of the borrowers are actually looking at setting up community centers, and in there they will host different types of creative things. Like I spoke of my community, the Salt River First Nation in the Northwest Territories, recently built a beautiful complex that houses a lot of like the traditional hand games. They are setting up to bring concerts into the community. It was known as a place where musicians came from. I myself was a former musician. I played in a rock band for about 20 years. And
what did you play?
I played drums.
Good for you.
So, yeah. So
you know how hard it can be to make a living as an artist then.
That's why I became a CPA.
So, I have a lot of friends, Graham Greene, Billy Marasti, Glenn Gould from Nova Scotia, many actors from across Canada who are Indigenous, and they're making a great living at it. And I try to say to governments on all levels, we need to invest in the creative economy in order to have creative people be able to make a living at what they love and what they're good at, and to tell our stories. What better way to tell our stories than through music and theater and art and all of the above, right?
Yes. Richard Van Camp is from my community.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
So are there people who are putting money and trying to invest in the creative economy and grow these businesses across Canada?
Not so much under the model that we're working on, because we are actually trying to get First Nations to get into managing wealth. So our communities need wealth, right? So
right.
we don't have enough in our communities.
A TV series would change that.
Well, sure.
A TV series or an animation series or a series of theater, I mean, do you mind if I just ask Mr. Lair for a second, because he's nodding profusely? So
yeah, that's it.
Half a minute, or go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our communities are busy every summer doing cultural camps where we have lots of people who are great artists, who are perfect dancers, who sing so beautifully, and we just need the chance to get them out there to monopolize them, and that's the problem. Healthy communities are required. You need money to do things. if we can get our $150 million over 3 years, we can do that. And
Good for you. You
pursue
got
that.
it in again.
Yeah.
All
Thanks
right.
very
Thank
much.
you. Well, Alan, thank you.
If we're dropping names, I'll drop Robbie Robertson from just up the road.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.